Hello, myself Yogish Kumar SV, lecturer in Machine Tool Technology Department at Shrimati LV Government Polytechnic, Assam. Let's we start second unit of the fluid power automation, that is a basic component of hydraulic system. The learning outcome of this unit is recognize the concept of different hydraulics actuation element. After completion of this unit, the student can able to understand the concept of different hydraulic actuation element. In this session, we are going to discuss about the basic component of hydraulic system and pump. In that pump, we are going to discuss about the external gear pump. After completion of this session, the session outcome is student is able to understand the basic component of hydraulic system like power supply unit, output unit, and control system. Along with that one, students is able to understand and recognize and understand the function of positive displacement pump. So in this session, now we are going to discuss the introduction to basic hydraulic system and introduction to pump. In that pump, we are discuss external gear pump. Let's we start the first topic, the basic hydraulic system. If you see the schematic diagram of a hydraulic system, this hydraulic system is consists of the following parts like sump and pump, motor, pressure regulating valve, riser, and different valve pressure valves, and also output unit. According to the basic hydraulic system, the hydraulic power system is consists of three main segments. Those are first one is a power supply, and second one is an control system, and third one is an output unit. The system is consists of three major segments like power supply, control system, and output. All these are connected through a closed loop with a suitable hydraulic lines. The hydraulic line running from the sump through pump to the output point, which is called as the pressurized line. Because of that, obviously in that line there is a pressurized fluid is passing and carried out in that line. And next one, hydraulic line which is comes and running from outlet point to the sump, through that line we called as return line. This is the basic of constructions of basic hydraulic systems. Let's we start. The hydraulic system is consists of three main segments. One by one we are going to discuss. First one is an power supply. The power supply segment, which is the sources of power, it consists of prime mover and pump. The fluid from the pump passes through a filter. The filter is an element which is used to remove the foreign contaminants or foreign particles are removed from the fluid. Because of that, it will be keep the fluid system clean and efficient, and also it will be avoid the damages to the actuators and valves. Then in the power system, the main unit is a prime mover, is usually an electric motor which supplies the necess it supplies the necessary mechanical power to drive the pump. Then the pump is supplies the required input power to the fluid to convert the hydraulic power. The basically the pump is increases the pressure of the confined fluid by continuous pumping actions. Then it will created the power, fluid power, then it is supplied to the output unit, then it is perform the operations through a control system. And second one is a control system. The control system in a hydraulic power system is the most important part. It is intermediate between power supply and output unit. The control system is consists of different valves for a various purposes. The control unit consists of pressure control valve, directional control valve, and flow control valve. Direction control valve is controls the directions of actuator movement like extension and retraction of the actuator in hydraulic cylinders. Pressure control valves is controls the fluid power, which in terms controls the output forces, and flow control valve it controls the rate of flow of the fluid to regulate the speed of the actuator. This is the main functions of the control system. And last one is an output unit. The output unit of an hydraulic system is consists of an actuator and load. The function of actuator is convert the fluid power into mechanical power, which in terms used to move a load or to perform some mechanical action or operations, and depending upon the end user requirement. An actuator can either linear actuator, for example, hydraulic cylinder, which causes the linear motions of the piston and to causes the linear motion. And another one is a rotary motion. It is causes the rotary action of the motor by using of electric motor called to like motor shaft. Okay, this is the basic hydraulic system. This majorly consists of following parts and it will be performing according to their operations. So next one is a pump. The pump is the one of the most important uh, element and part of the fluid power system. It is required to supply the energy into the systems. Hence, generally the pump is the heart of any fluid power system. Pump is driven by the prime mover and it is converted to the mechanical input power into the fluid power by way increasing the pressure through continuous pumping action. It means pump is used to convert the mechanical input power into the fluid power. Then fluid power is passed through the suitable line and control valves and to the output unit such as a actuator to do the useful mechanical work. It means the pump is nothing but it is used to convert the mechanical input power into fluid power. Here, the pump can be classified into two types. The first one is a positive displacement pump and second one is a non-positive displacement pump. In that positive displacement there is a comes a number of categories like different types of external gear pump, internal gear pumps, unbalanced vane pump. So positive displacement pump is nothing but the pumps are used in hydrostatic systems. Non-positive displacement pump are used in hydrodynamic system in which power transmission take place due to the fluid motion. So based on the category we are using the types of pump. If you come to the positive displacement pump, the first one is external gear pump. So please go through the sketch of the external gear pump. This external gear pump is following parts like casing and two mating gears with the external gear teeth and one inlet port and another one is an outlet port. So see the sketch how it is an interconnected and assembly is made in the external gear pump. So if you come to the construction, this external gear pump, this is the most simplest and robust positive displacement pump. It has two mating external gears running with a suitable pump casing as shown in figure. So there is a suitable casing. Okay, in that casing they are assembled the two external gears and only one of the two gears is driven by the prime mover. Here prime mover we are using as a electric motor. The driver gear is directly keyed to the prime mover or drive shaft. The other one gear is called as an idler gear is driven by the drive gear. The gear and casings are arranged in such a way that gear teeth are in contact or mesh and have a sliding gap with a casing as shown in figure. Please note here there is a sliding gap in between teeth and casing. Then only is possible to easily and smoothly running inside the casing. If it is not provided the sliding gap, there is a rubbing action will be taken places, there is no movement of gear will taken places, there is no fluid will be passes in between the casing and gear teeth. Okay, and as the gear mesh at the center and they are form a seal between the inlet port and outlet port. This is the basic construction of external gear pump. If you come to the operation, in operation, the gears rotate such that they come out with mesh at the inlet port. When the gear rotates, in that time, gear teeth are meshing is come out. Means there is an engagement is a releasing. Engagement of two gears are releasing. Due to this, there is an causing of volume expansion. When there is a volume is expansion it taken places, this create the partial vacuum. Means of a partial vacuum is nothing but it is a reduction in the atmospheric pressure at the inlet area. When there is a reduction in the atmospheric pressure at the inlet area, then fluid is pushed by the atmospheric pressure acting on the oil in the sump. Means this oil sump is always vented to the atmosphere. The fluid is then carried out between the gear teeth acting as the oil chamber along with the casing. When there is oil is concentrated in between the casing and gear teeth gaps, there is oil is trapped in between that one. When there is trapped, the volume is decreases, the pressurized fluid will take places. Understood? And then that gear it rotates, the oil between the teeth is moved from the inlet chamber towards to the outlet chamber, and the teeth is go to into meshing, and the volume is decreases in between the mating gates and mating teeth, and then fluid is forced out from the outlet unit. Okay, this is the basic operation of external gear pump. Only one difference is constructions and in operation the gears are rotating in an opposite directions, then oil will be trapped in between the gear teeth and casing that causes the pressure. Okay, this is an external gear pump. So next one is showing the formula. This formula which is used to find out and calculating the theoretical discharge of an external gear pumps. The theoretical discharge formula QT, that is equal to 2 pi b m square n in bracket z plus 1 plus pi square cos alpha by 12 meter cube per minute, where b is a width of the gear and m is a modulo of gear and z is a number of teeth in the driver and driven gears, alpha is a pressure angle of the gear, and n is the rpm of the pump. By using of this formula can we able to calculate the theoretical discharge, and when we compare with the practical, then we find out in the how much of discharge will be taken places by using of the external gear pump. And up to that we are discussed about the basic construction of a hydraulic system and what are the major segment of the hydraulic systems, and then apart that one we are discussed about the pump. With pump we are discussed the external gear pump and external construction, its operation we are discussed. These are all the topics is discussed, and these are the reference books is available in markets and libraries. If you need to more information, go through these references. Hydraulics and Pneumatic by R. Srinivasan, Hydraulics and Pneumatic by the Umesh Patil, and Introduction Fluid Power System from James Johnson. These are the reference books. So if you come to the multiple choice questions in these sessions, the first one is a gear pump is consists of dash identical intermeshing spark gas. We already discussed the external gear pump is consists of only two identical intermeshing spark gas. Understood? And second one is a gear pump is delivers dash discharge of oil. It is because of the oil is entrapping in between the teeth and casing, and also depending upon the prime mover speed, according to that one, here the medium gear pump delivers the discharge. In the gear pump, the gears are rotating in dash directions. It means two mating gases are rotating in opposite direction. For cleaning the dust and abrasive material from the oil dash is used. Obviously, this is a filter. It is an element which is used to remove the contaminant which are presented in the fluid. And thank you for the participating in the sessions.